Good evening. Today I thought we'd take a look at TensorFlow and let me run over the desktop here and let's see where we are. So I'm taking a look at these tutorials here, and I don't know why it says Twitch TV up here. These are not Twitch. These are TensorFlow tutorials. And so, why am I doing this? Because it's pretty easy. You can come over here and you can just click on these and get started with them. And it's no big deal. However, if you go over to one of these guys here and you say run in Colab, which is probably what most people do, when you go over here and you go to run this, this isn't doing very well, is it? It's coming back with a problem. But normally what happens is it comes up with a message saying that if you run it here on Colab, it's going to give the notebook access to your Google Drive, where you may or may not have something sensitive stored. And so you better trust the notebook. And I understand, I don't know how to do this, but I understand that it is possible to put some code in here that can't be seen. So here, for example, we have a hidden cell. We can click to expand it, but if you're worried about code being in here that you don't know what it is, you don't know what it does, you don't want it accessing your drive, what you can do is you can come up here and you can come over here to download, and you can download either a notebook or just a Python file. So let's say that you download the Python file, then you go over to your, let's see if I have a Finder window open. So here's a copy of lab to computer revision.py. And actually you can get to this also from your terminal. If you just go into downloads, there's your, where is it, copy of lab to computer, blah, blah, blah. So you can make a copy of this and then edit it, and I've done that here. I've got a copy of this called Fashion MNIST, and now you come in here in Vim, fashionmnist.py, and I can take, let's say I don't want all these comments in here, I can just delete them. Right? And I end up with a file where I'm looking at every single line of the code, and I know what it does, and then when I'm done, I can just do Python 3 and then the name of the Python file, and it will run for me. And I have an earlier video where I talk about how to set up TensorFlow on an M1 Mac, which is what I'm running on here. I'm running on an Apple M1, metal device set to Apple M1, as you can see here. And this runs pretty quickly. I think I bumped up the epochs on this. No, I didn't on this one. So it doesn't take very long. I'm only running 5 epochs. And before you know it, it has run. It's done its training. This is the last epoch for training. And it looks like we're getting about 97% accuracy on the training. And then when we run the testing here, we're getting, what, 80, where is it here? The loss is 0.3, accuracy is 0.86, so about 0.87, about 87% accuracy, a little less. And that's not bad for 5 epochs, and a very simple model here. So you can see here that I've only got one layer in here. So if I copy this, what am I doing here? Well, first of all, let me make this large enough so that these lines, let's do a YY and a P here, and give this an extra layer. And let's see if we can improve the quality here. So let's run this again. Hopefully this is large enough for you to see. I can make this a little bit larger. And this is going to take a little longer because it's got an extra layer, so that's another large matrix multiplication that's going on in this model, but it shouldn't take that much longer. And as you can see, we're already through 4 epochs. Or I should say, now we're through 4 epochs, and we're on our 5th. And let's see what's happened to the accuracy here. Not much difference. We only went up a little bit here. So probably the best way to improve the accuracy here is to up the number of epochs. But that's going to take longer for training. But I wanted to show you how easy it is to go through these tutorials and run them on your own machine. You don't have to use Colab. This is an M1 Mac Mini. It's a cheapo. It's got 16 gig of memory, but it's not an expensive machine at all. I didn't have to go out and spend $3,000 on an NVIDIA graphics card to do this, and this is a good method. This is, I believe, it's a safe method, and I also believe that you should know how to do things on your own computer, that doing stuff up in the cloud is, although it can be a very good thing, you should know how to do both. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I thank you for joining me.